Quay. Morning, Reverend. Morning, Anaya. I'm enraged. I'm insane, and I need to talk to you about this. Trump threatened Iran into non-existence, and J.D. Vance was helping Orban to regain his seat, his throne. And Trump was in the background. It's MSNBC now. Trump made a call to Orban's campaign. If I'm not mistaken, wasn't he the bastard that kept telling people in his re-election campaign that he's more than willing to solve wars, to create peace? I don't know how the hell I'm supposed to think or feel about this bastard, except I'm feeling anger. And I'm feeling angry towards Orban, but also to Trump. I am feeling it. And I'm having a hard time with myself. Trump is a pure villain. He's no one's hero. And what he's going to be causing, he's going to be doing shit that only Revelation or even the quatrains of Nostradamus would have predicted, except since when does Trump wear a blue turban?
We're continuing to follow breaking news on the war in Iran, with President Trump's deadline to reach a deal looming tonight. My next guest is calling for Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth to face impeachment over his handling of U.S. military strikes in the country. Joining us now is Democratic Congresswoman Yasmin Ansari of Arizona, a member of the Oversight Committee. She is also the only Democratic Iranian American in Congress. Congresswoman, thanks for talking to us. I want to get right into it. Before we get to that impeachment push, though, against Hegseth, I want to hear your response to President Trump's stunning threat this morning, saying that a whole civilization could die tonight. What's your response to that? What went through your mind when you read that?
I've been sick to my stomach for days. I mean, this language has been escalating every 24 hours, and I think Donald Trump is trying to normalize language that is essentially, threatening genocide, threatening war crimes, of course, threatening potential use of nuclear weapons. And I am just beyond astounded that we are not seeing so much more from all elected officials, and I'll include some Democrats in that, but Republicans who are in power. How is anybody in the cabinet allowing this to happen? How is nobody trying to restrain this madman who is trying to get all of us killed? And we have mechanisms to restrain him, and they're not being utilized. I think this is a nightmare scenario. It's apocalyptic. I mean, of course, as somebody with an Iranian heritage, seeing, threats against a population of 90 million people is devastating. And I take Trump at his word. I also want to say that. I think that a lot of people still try to say that Trump doesn't mean what he says. Trump has followed through with many of the most horrific pledges he has made over the course of the second administration, and we should not be taking this lightly. This is a massive five-alarm fire moment and a historic moment in our country's history.
On those mechanisms that you just mentioned, you've called for the 25th Amendment to be invoked against the president after that expletive-filled Sunday post where he talked about bombing and taking out all of the infrastructure, including civilian infrastructure. But it's unlikely that Congress is going to take up the 25th Amendment. So where are the checks and balances, and do you see anything changing amongst your colleagues in Congress?
I mean, I just hope it doesn't have to take committing genocide against a country of 90 million people for Republicans to speak up. If you look at non-elected Republicans, people like, former Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene, Tucker Carlson, Alex Jones, Candace Owens, people I never in my wildest dreams thought that I would agree with on anything, are reasonable and are sounding the alarm at the appropriate levels given the gravity of this moment. They are calling for the 25th Amendment. I'm thinking to myself, why does Vice President J.D. Vance, who has presidential aspirations in 2028, who always campaigned on ending forever wars, why is he not trying to orchestrate the cabinet to invoke the 25th Amendment and remove Trump from office? He is mentally deranged, and threatening crimes of this magnitude are going to get Americans killed. So that is my focus today. I think every single person in this country needs to be calling the phones of Republican members of Congress and senators relentlessly today. Like, of all of the issues that have come up over the last year, all have been devastating, but we are talking about the potential for nuclear war here. That is the language that Donald Trump is using, and we should not pretend that it's not.
Yeah, and it's a big question whether or not voters are going to apply pressure here. But you're also calling for the impeachment of Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth. This effort, like the 25th Amendment, is most likely not going to move forward because Republicans are in charge of Congress. Democrats have also struggled to coalesce around a strategy at times of confronting the president and his administration. So why do this? Why put forward these articles of impeachment against Hegseth? What message are you hoping to send by moving this forward?
I'm introducing these articles of impeachment because I think that is what is warranted and what is even comes close to being responsive to how horrific current events are right now. I think it is, quite frankly, just an absolute abdication of responsibility to just be tweeting or putting out statements about Donald Trump being deranged and moving on. This is unprecedented in our country's history that a person like Donald Trump, with his history, using this kind of rhetoric against a country, being so unrestrained and nobody stepping up to do anything. I think we have to try everything possible. As a freshman congresswoman, I'm trying everything that I can to inform the public of how urgent this situation is. Today, Donald Trump has said the deadline is tonight at 8 p.m. or 6 p.m. And if the Islamic Republic regime, which, by the way, this is a very ideological, repressive regime that is not going to capitulate to Donald Trump's demand. All that Trump is doing by threatening civilian infrastructure or the bombing of power plants or, bridges or ending civilization, in his own words, that is only going to strengthen the regime in Iran. They are using this to justify the propaganda that they've been selling to Iranian people for 47 years. This is why they will start, I've already been talking to people inside Iran. They've already started executing protesters, accusing them of being spies for the West. I mean, we are literally handing a horrific, murderous regime more propaganda to harm Iranians. So honestly, I feel horrible for Iranian people who are in between bombs falling on them from the United States and Israel and the Islamic Republic regime that has been repressing them and killing them for 47 years. It is beyond heartbreaking.
Congresswoman Yasmin Ansari, thank you for sharing all of that with us and breaking it down. We will be tracking whether or not those articles of impeachment make any headway, but thank you for joining us today. Still to come, the startling number of children detained by ICE. We'll break down the numbers and reveal the conditions these children are reportedly facing.
See? These dishes are still dirty.
I got you. You need a detergent that cleans your dishes and your filter.
Filter?
Yep, this is the heart of your dishwasher. If it's all cooked up, your dishes won't get fully clean. Exactly. My
Great visual butt stink, guys!
Plus, only these action packs have double the Dawn power, breaking down dried on food and grease residue for a safe and effective clean, even on your filters.
Wow, what a difference.
Now we know. Yep, that's what I do. Cascade, Roto-Rooter recommended, safe for pipes.
If you're going to remodel your kitchen, you're probably excited to do it. If you're replacing your windows or doors, you may not be as excited. But that's why Renewable Anderson has such amazing discounts. Brian Garrett here with Brian Price, one of their project managers.
Hey, Brian. Even though windows and doors can help make your home
I'm having the last meal on earth,
sometimes people need a nudge to start this project.
So what can you guys do?
which is cereal.
Between our great deals and several financing options, we can make windows and doors easy to...
I'm having the last meal on earth. Because I don't know if I'm going to be living the next several hours or not. And I'm going to get this out. I wanted history to record this. Scared would be the understatement. And it's turning in anger and rage. Unchristlike. No mercy. Trump has declared war on humanity and the destruction of the United States. In his actions and in what we have done November 2024 of electing a madman to destroy humanity in the pursuit of his own selfish and arrogant needs. They have condemned us. He has condemned us to nuclear ashes or worse. And I fear I am not worthy to be in heaven. Because how I feel and what I think right now. Lord, have mercy on me. Lord Jesus, have mercy on me. But have more mercy on Donald Trump. So we voted this asshole into God's children.